Okay, here is how things are going to work with this. I'm going to take a leaf out of Naka's book here and try to do one video from my LP stuffs in sort of sequence here. Like if I do Rayman one day, do TCT2 the next, do production the next, etc. Of course it depends on what I have recorded, but that way I don't have to play stuff like every day or several episodes in advance and whatnot, and I reckon that's probably a better setup. Also, I may do more than one video a day in some cases if I have a lot of stuff done, because it depends on how much time I spend playing the games and whatnot. Anyway, hey guys, this is gimmick. We are playing Rayman Origins again, finally. One of the reasons why I didn't want to do this for a while is because I kind of have to redo the levels, because I'm dumb and I must have deleted like a recording or something, because I had one ready and then during a mass exodus of some sorts, I can't remember what it was that caused me to do that. Maybe it was a Worms video said or something that I just kind of deleted everything after doing whatnot. But anyway, point is I have to redo things, so this isn't blind, but I haven't played in quite a long time, so it's not really as good as, but it might as well be. So yeah, the thing is this level, well, this world was kind of if you like, extremely intuitive, and I didn't actually realise I was supposed to go the other way in order to get the most out of that. That's why I kind of deliberately suicided there, because that's being quite the common feature out of all of this, is to deliberately suicide when you miss things, and yeah, just gonna do it again because I can. As you've seen, I got almost 400 lums the first time I played this, so really it's not a big deal. I'm just being like excessively demanding on myself here, because yeah, that's more than enough. And if I can still go back, maybe? No, come on, I wanted to go back and get the thing, because obviously that thing is kind of important, and I'm fairly sure I can do it. I just somehow need to not jump and whatnot, like there. I don't quite get what's going on with that there. But hey, that is how the game decided to play. Maybe it is better that I just don't get all of these here. I'm not sure, because I'm fairly sure, yeah, I can totally get back here just by doing that, so I don't know why I was having so much difficulty doing that before. And really, that's all you've got to do. It's a very, very easy section, so there's no reason for me to have failed it like I did, but I did, because I'm just like that. And we have 69 lums, that's so typical. But yeah, this level has a lot of doubling things, and I find that kind of weird, not gonna lie. I was supposed to do a running thing there so you can do that, and with that I could have gotten a lot more out of that. But I did not, because I kind of blanked on that. Nice easy thing to get up there, by the way. It's perfectly acceptable. You can get that as well if you want. I somehow didn't take a hit there. I'm not quite sure how, but okay, I apparently didn't take a hit. Was there another thing here? There totally is, because if you have a look down there, there is a way that you can become super small. Or there's a pathway for the super small, so you come through here, you find that it's not actually there, but you do see that there is a thing down there, so you've got to be able to become super small somewhere. I love the music in this place, by the way. I'm just going to put that out there right now. And the way you become super small is actually through here. Because notice this, you can become tinified, and when you become tinified you can do all sorts of cool stuff. That's not necessarily one of the cool things that you have to do, but it's something you can do anyway. And yeah, nice and easy thing to get down there. I'm not sure if I needed to stay small going down here at all. Probably not, but you know what? I'm going to do so anyway because I can. There was totally a thing down there, and there was a set of electoons in there. I suppose I should probably show that off. But you get down here, you just dodge the spikes, and that's nice and easy. And as we said, there's electoons in here. If you decide that that is something that you desire to do, you can very easily just go ahead and beat these guys up. Really doesn't take much of anything, especially because he's just a lung abuser, and anybody who's a lung abuser is not particularly difficult to beat down normally. So yeah, there is your first set, and we already have like 250 lungs almost. And we haven't even gotten to the second cave thing yet. Though for some reason it always takes a long time for that bit to load. I'm pretty sure I commented on that last time too. And here is another doubler. And yeah, I'm just like really not sure why there's so many doubles here. But hey, not gonna complain because that just makes it easier to get the bonus thing. If I was not small, then I would have been able to get those. So really, you probably shouldn't be small during this, because it's not an advantage in the slightest. But hey, I've decided to be small for this, and so that's what we are going to do. As you can see though, we can't kill stuff by jumping on them when we are tinified, so oh well. Just do your best to get these, I suppose. You can usually get away with pounding on a thing and get them that way, but I was too slow. So there is that. However, as you notice, there is a thing down here. Maybe being small is an advantage here, because you can just do that and get that a lot easier. So there's drawbacks to it, there's some pluses. On the whole, I would probably say it's a disadvantage to be small. And hey, there is actually the end. So apparently I missed an electoon thing, but oh well, I picked them up before, so I'm not going to go out of my way to go and find them all again, because that's just being that. Apparently you can do that too, which is not something I realised you could do. It's some sort of not really thing. But yeah, I'm not gonna go through the level again to find them. It's pointless. I did a lot better last time because I picked up a lot more stuff, but nah. It's a redo anyway. You get to see the level, that's more important, and to be completely honest, the level is not very interesting, so I don't personally want to play through it again. I think there was a thing in that last section that would have got it, but again, I've played through it twice now. I don't think it's that good a level, so I'm not going to play it a third time. Sorry if that disappoints people, but too bad. However, the boss here is definitely interesting. Not the hardest thing to do when you're by yourself. I do realise that playing things co-op more often than not makes it a lot more difficult. But yeah, he's an interesting thing. Let's just put it that way. It starts off with this whole chase segment thing, which is surprisingly difficult to get all the stuff in. But other than that, could have done with getting the double thing there, definitely, but yeah, I'm kind of screwed anyway, so yeah, there is that. I kind of want to get all the stuff, and I'm not actually that proficient at getting all the stuff, so yeah, I have no idea what the hell is up with these platforms though. They're just kind of weird. Like the dudes which are involved in that. I seem to be slipping off the platforms an awful lot at the moment, and I don't quite get why, but oh well. That actually turned out to be somewhat effective, because I got a lot of stuff there, so yeah, way to use the hit scout. There's no real point in going there. That's just somewhere that stuff happens. But it's not stuff I'm overly interested in, so yeah, I'm just gonna hover over that because I can, grab as much stuff as I can because that is the idea of all of this, and we just go up again. He's a bit faster I think this time, so you've got to be a little bit more on the ball, but it's not difficult. Just stay ahead of the curve and you will be fine. Go up here to get more bonuses and you will be fine for getting the bonuses. And then the massive plant thing decides it's going to charge at you down here. And that's somewhat interesting because he can't apparently break through the door at the moment. It's not really a door, but he's gonna try his hardest to break through that thing. It's a foolish effort, man. You ain't getting through that right now. However, that's not the end of the thing, because he decides he's gonna chase you from down here too, and so yeah, change of tactics doesn't really make too big of a difference to me right now, because we have a cutscene based time, and here is where the actual boss shows up proper. Because somehow he made it down here. I don't quite know how. But anyway, the core idea of this is he runs into the wall, he makes a giant vulnerable spot appear, you go and punch that spot, you get five things for it, and then you go around. Because instead now, he's going to go onto the freaking roof, because that is just how bossy he is. He tries to headbutt you. It's kind of not the best of ideas, mate, because really you're doing a very terrible job at trying to hit us there. And I just kind of ran into it because I forgot that was what he was going to do. Beautiful. Yeah, I thought he was going to do another run, but obviously not, because I am just a silly boy. Yeah, all of the deaths in this thing that you would take are really pretty avoidable. There isn't too much in this boss which is difficult, unless you're playing co-op and you've got to have the whole coordination aspect to it. But even then, I don't think there's really much that you could call hard in this boss. At least not that I remember. It's highly possible that the third phase of this is much harder than I remember it being. But yeah, just make sure you get off him at that point and know that he's gonna go that way, I suppose. He then jumps back, you go underneath him, very straightforward. He does a giant ass leap, which I forgot about. Yeah, it's just remembering the pattern. As soon as you know that he's gonna do that sort of stuff, you won't die to it. So the fact that I've died twice to this is basically just me forgetting what he does. And honestly, I don't think I can be blamed for that, considering I haven't played this in a long time by now. And yeah, that's just it. If you haven't played it, then you will die a couple of times. It's pattern recognition. Once you know the pattern, well, what you've got to deal with is the epic music instead. And I must admit, the music is quite dramatic, and I do sort of like it for that. Although it does seem a little bit excessive for this. But then again, the boss is a little bit excessive. He is pretty freaking huge. So I can totally understand the thing. And yep, he does this again. You just do that again, and know that he's going to try and grab you with the tongue, I guess. I had random slowdown there for absolutely no reason. Apparently I did very slightly worse at the stage itself this time though, because I didn't get 210, I only got 206. You know, bombs. But it's enough. And yeah, that happens. So basically, the idea of this is the kings are the 4 things, and this was another point where I thought the game had crashed. And hey, I actually got more. I thought I got less from that, because I thought you only got 5 from a thing. But whatever, I was way clear of the 150 target anyway, so who cares, right? But yeah, the boss itself, it shows the general idea is that you are going to get 1 flower from all of the places. I guess they are flower kings, and once you have done that, you will be able to go to the final place, because they'll break a seal or something, and that will happen. So that's what you missed. Pretty much right there. That's what I've done, which wasn't blind and whatnot. Now, as for this up here, I cannot actually go there yet because I don't have quite enough electoons, and I could go back to other worlds and get them. I don't really feel like doing it at the moment, so what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to go ahead and do the first of the music world levels, and here is where I'm expecting stuff to start getting harder. Because this is the redux of World 2, which is where the game started getting harder in the first place. So here is where I'm expecting things to kind of go a little bit south. And pretty much the way I'm expecting this to work is that I need to hit this light bulb over here so that I can get through. Because, yeah, those bug things respond to light, but not much else. So you've kind of got to do that. That's kind of cool, actually. I must admit, the whole light gimmick, it was used a little bit before, but it wasn't used that much. So I'm kind of glad that they made a level for it. And hey, that's a negative one. Will that go ahead and... Ah, okay, it just does that. Right, cool. I better grab that before it disappears. So we can do stuff like that. Alright. And get a doubler, which I should have gone for. Wonderful! I didn't realise that was going to happen. So, nuts to you, Mr. Game. There's totally not a thing up there. What the hell are you talking about? There's plenty of places I can still go in this one area. Yeah, skull coins are for extra things. I saw there was one down here as well, so let's see how quickly we have to get that. Probably like that. I'm not sure if there's anything else down there. I'm not sure if I really want to see. There probably is. So let's go ahead and backtrack. I can't backtrack. Oh well, I probably will have missed some stuff down there, but I don't really care at the moment. Gonna be completely honest about that. I don't care at all. And I also don't overly care that I missed those, because that's a bit superfluous. I hear you, Miss Electoon, and it was totally not obvious that you were up here whatsoever. What the hell are you talking about? I've had to say that a lot for this game, but really it is just that. It's kind of painfully obvious when there are stuffs, and hey, this is actually pretty interesting. Just a nice old jumping test at the end there. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And charge up for the Mega Punch! My fists are made of giants. They're not made of steel, they're just made of giants. I guess the only slightly annoying thing of this is the buzzing that comes from the dudes, but that's a small price to pay. I bet there is something good up here which I can go ahead and take advantage of. There's that. So now I just want to make sure that I don't die, so that's why I'm going to bounce over here. And do stuff. Can you extend? No, you can't. It seems like you can't extend or range your thing. This is secretly sort of scary, actually. Only kind of, but still kind of scary. Huh. Yeah, there was probably something down there, but there was no way that I could get it with the power that I had, so... And now we're just making this whole place super mega bright, and, well, I can approve of this, because that makes things actually doable. Because otherwise we would be taking somewhat severe damage from this, I know we would. I don't want to get that just now, but I'm gonna have to... that's kind of annoying, but hey, I can go back, so it's not too bad. I can easily go back and throw a punch here. Hiya! And that gets us that. We can sneak on past here again, and we get all of the lungs that are within the universe of possibilities. Yeah, I like this so far. It's more interesting than the previous thing, that's for sure, because now we're actually having to deal with something which is potentially more dangerous. I'm going to get this and then try to get all of the stuff here, and I do that quite successfully, if I do say so myself. Oh wow, that makes the thing move. Yeah, see, this is interesting gimmick-wise. Only it's a bit difficult to deal with when your hover just decides to stop working for some reason. No idea what happened there, actually. I wish I did know, but I don't, so nuts to you, game. Oh, that's why, because that's a solid platform. Well, I wish I'd have worked that one out beforehand. How am I supposed to get that thing down there? Oh, well, duh, there's a light that you can use. Didn't even see that, but oh well. Right, so these are solid. Let's remember that, because that would be useful information to have. I probably should have refreshed my lightometer there, but I don't think I need it. So, yeah, because this is bright daylight, so that's fine. It would have run out by the time I got here, so nuts to you, Mr. Light Source thing. I can just go ahead and bask in the glory of the daylight. This is secretly frightening because it looks like there's a fairly short window of opportunity there, but it's not really. And because of their restricted nature, they're not threatening to me at the moment. Hey, there's a grabby thing there. Let's grab the grabby thing and go up here, because there's totally not electoons up here. You're not seeing anything useful here. Hey, it's Gradius Bug. How about it? I guess you could also call it R-type bug too, but oh wow, I was expecting something like this, and that just makes it all the more impressive. I like this. I like this a lot, because yeah, as you can see, you've got to actually have control during this, and that makes this very interesting. Gotta say, I'm digging this level. It's much better than the forest one, that's for sure. It's still not too hard, but at the same time it's a step up, which is what I expected from this world. So, yeah, gotta say, I am suitably impressed, because doing stuff like that helps. Get back there, kill off the birds, make sure you refresh the light just to make sure that it doesn't fall away on you. And somehow... Oh, I know how you're going to do that. You got to break it like that, and then circle round to do... There we go! Excellent! That was brilliant fun, actually. For such... It's a small little section, but you've just got to have that little bit of finesse, which just makes it all the more awesome to do. I like this. This is much better than I was expecting, but then again, when you consider that this is like doing another level within this, it's yeah, I didn't do this level last time I played. It's fairly obvious that I didn't do this level last time, otherwise I would have not been here, but you know, it's a good level. What can you say to it? It's just a flat-out good level, and hopefully I'm gonna have enough electoons here. No, not electoons, enough lungs. Yeah, I will, because there's a whole new section here. Some of this game is really lenient when it comes to collecting things. Some of it's extremely harsh. This is something we have learned quite frequently, but it seems to come into play more often than not at the moment, and I'm not quite sure what I make of it, to be honest. And that was dumb. Why did I take a hit there? I do not know. But what I do know is I've got to rush through this section, because if I don't rush through this section, I'm going to get swarmed and I'm going to die. And dying is not something which I really wanted to do. There's nothing else there, so that's fine. Oh, we're at the end already? Wow, that didn't even feel like it was the end. I just kicked that bird in the crotch. That was awesome. It shouldn't have been as awesome as it was, but it was. I don't know. That's almost as bad as the Seismotone thing, seriously. It was funny for all the wrong reasons. But hey, that is how the game goes. Sometimes you've got to make light of those things which seem excessively stupid, and, well, I can't say now that this was the most lenient of levels, but it was definitely not a bad one. For collecting stuff, it was fairly obvious where everything was, and so long as you made a good effort at getting stuff, 350 wasn't too hard to reach. I suppose there was a couple of bits with the doubles that you had to be careful of, but even that, it wasn't hard to get the stuff. But that doesn't make it a bad thing. Because, you know, whilst it wasn't hard to get the secrets and whatnot, the level itself was somewhat difficult, especially compared to what we're used to seeing at the moment, so I have high hopes that this is going to entertain me when I play it, but I'm still going to stick to my thing where I'm looking at doing looking at doing only one of these like every few days or so, just to make sure that I don't burn myself out of anything, because that would be good. Anyway, next time we're going to go ahead and start off with this over here, which is going to get us the 6th of those demon jewels, and that ought to be fun. So, Gamer Cow, Rayman Origins, finding it fun at the end there. Hoping that continues, because I definitely want to play this again and have fun with it, which is good. I'm hoping that the secrets are going to start getting a little bit trickier to find though, because honestly if the secrets don't start getting harder to find, then it's going to still be a thing that, whilst it's fun from a pure playing perspective, I don't know, there's something about just finding everything first time that really doesn't appeal to me that much. That sounds really bad, but when it is that easy to find everything, it's not as fun. But anyway, hopefully that won't happen too often. So, yeah,